guys, and today we have very beautiful podcast Talks in the Flow. And now we have very special guest. This is Alec. And maybe once more. Okay. I need to firstly say that I'm Natalia and I'm doing the podcast and inviting new people. Okay, you can cut it. No problem.
You fix that.
Okay. Yeah. Hello everyone, and I'm Natalia, and I'm doing podcast Talks in the Flow. And today we have very special guest. This is Alec. And Alec, tell us more about yourself, what you're doing, and what's your story, kinda in a few words.
Okay, so I was born in Sweden, but I grew up in Norway, and my father's from the Czech Republic, so I'm grown up in three mixed cultures. And I had this calling when I was 19 years old in university. I was studying business administration and economics. And I just felt that I had to do something about what's going on in the world and change something for the positive, to create a positive impact.
Yeah.
And I felt called to go an alternative route in life, and become an entrepreneur. And to become an entrepreneur in order to fund regenerative projects that will help and change the world. Because I'm sure many of you know that the Earth is going through a lot of changes right now. And
In Leon Valley especially we feel it very strongly. We feel all the frequencies rising, all these things, like especially people who are sensitive.
exactly.
Yeah. And for this also it's very important to cultivate this energy feeling. And also Alec, which is very, very unique about this person, he had Kundalini awakening, recently, like several years ago. And maybe you can tell more about what is Kundalini and like what is energy, what's the difference between like normal energy, sexual energy, and how it's related to everything what you're doing on this planet. It's a
Sure.
huge topic, I know. And we can start with something, and because this is really interesting topic about Kundalini activation and about how to channel the sexual energy and become how to say
Yes.
different person.
This is actually one of the topics.
Yeah,
I really love.
alchemical magic.
Yes. Of course. Okay. So, where to begin on this topic, really?
Okay, first of all, what's Kundalini awakening?
It's
What is Kundalini in general, and what is energy for you?
it's
How do you
been interpreted differently by different cultures and
Yeah.
scriptures along the way in history, but it's basically activating something. It's called the jet, or the full chakra system, aligning all the 7 chakras. Kundalini is often showed and symbolized as a serpent or a snake
Yeah.
that is said to lie dormant in the root chakra, that all of us have it
Yeah.
and we can all activate it, and it's actually one of the first steps towards ascension and
Towards the awakening of the soul.
in a way of enlightenment.
Yeah. Step of enlightenment. Step of becoming superhuman
Yeah,
in a kind of way.
yeah.
So how it happened to you, like what you did before, maybe some practice you already had, and that's why it happened to you, or it was just like random.
It was a very impulsive initiation that happened one night. But before that, I was studying some of the alchemies of Horus, or Egyptian sex magic.
Wow. Tell us more about this.
I was really inspired by these stories and these scriptures about how you can awaken superpowers by using your own sexual energy as a source of fuel and circulate it throughout the body instead of releasing it.
Yeah, so you basically used to cultivate the energy and it's like rising on the peak, and then you just do something with it.
Well, so
Some kind of magic.
to do sexual magic, you can do it either by your own or as a couple.
Yeah.
And if you go by the Egyptian terms, which is one of the oldest ones, you have the alchemy of Horus. That's what you're doing on your own, and that's the first step also for couples.
How to do this alchemy of Horus in like simple way?
So,
What do you need, like maybe some preparation for this? Like I need for sure you need some kind of meditation skills and breath work, and kind of like prepare your body, maybe do some yoga, because like if you just go through it, it's kind of energy needs to be in healthy body, right? It's kind of first step.
so I think we all have to like intuitively learn how to do it by just practicing. I find it a little bit hard to explain.
So you
But,
mean like every person he knows already, but if you just put your attention there, and it's kind of.
I'll say we all have the potential. Maybe we don't know, but we have to learn and figure that out. But the breath is definitely important.
The breath work.
Yeah, the breath, yeah.
So first step is to learn how to connect the breath with your body and with your consciousness. It's kind of the bridge between everything. Yeah.
In a way, the first thing you have to do is that you have to become sexually aroused. Like you can use any method.
This is the first step.
Yes, the first step is to get really close to a physical orgasm. And right at the peak before an orgasm, instead of letting the orgasm control you, you kind of control the orgasm. So the sexual energy from an orgasm creates electromagnetic fields, and these electromagnetic fields can be used in order to fuel, for example, chi healing or other things. And the first principle of alchemy is to hold energy, because from that you can transform,
Right.
like a battery, you know?
Wow.
So, like for example, if you're having orgasms all the time and you're letting them control you, and they dissipate through the sexual organ or straight through the head and out in the cosmic universe, then the potential of that energy is lost. It's like a battery that never gets fully charged.
But
It's
it
kind of
happens only for men or for women too?
both.
For both.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what I do is that right before you go an orgasm, I fuel that sexual energy up through my jet, through my chakras.
Jet is the central spine, right?
In a way, it's the energy column that goes through all of the chakras. And when you activate this energy flow from your spine up to your pineal
So you do
gland.
kind of microcosmic orbit also. You know this thing?
Yeah, cosmic
From pelvis.
orgasm.
Yeah, it's kind of you bring your attention to your pelvis, and then you go like this and like this.
Yeah, that's what's called the Ankh.
Ankh.
Yeah, and that's what I did.
But
with
Ankh
practice.
is with like this and like this symbol.
Yes,
But
exactly.
it's kind of orbit, so it's like oval. So what's the difference between anking and microcosmic orbit?
So a cosmic orgasm is actually when the male, masculine, is anking the energy of an orgasm of the feminine. So
Wow, that's interesting.
it's very powerful.
Wow.
It's like,
So the woman should have orgasm, and then man takes this energy and moves it through the spine.
yeah, in a way, when she has an orgasm, he moves it through himself and circulates it around himself and into her. So it creates a circuit between those two.
And then she takes it, and then she gives it away.
So this energy we can then direct from our physical body into our energetic body. So instead of losing the energy just releases into the universe, it actually goes into our physical body as a storage, like a battery, which we can then consciously transform into our energy body.
Wow.
And when we charge the energy body enough to the point where it's so dense with this sexual energy, we can actually ascend. And
What do you mean by ascend?
so this is what Jesus did, what they call in the Christianity resurrection. It's he and Mary Magdalene charged his energy body so much that when he went through the portal of death or got crucified, he actually was able to implode his body with heat and energy to become a light body.
Wow.
So that's how he resurrected and walked out of the tomb, because he was not his physical body anymore. He was this glowing light body.
So this you mean by ascension. So if people are sent, so it means they come from the physical to the energy body, to the light body.
Yeah, it's instead of losing this energy, we transform it from the physical body into the energy body.
Wow, that's interesting. How does it feel? For example, like, okay, I just want to go into details and understand. For example, you have this kind of like feeling, you have a lot of energy, then you move it up, and then where it stores. So kind of you put intentionally to your energy body, or how? How do you feel the energy body in general?
So you store it in the whole body, and then you transform it into the energy body. Wait, the teeth.
I just wanted to wash it up.
Oh, right. Put it. I'm gonna pull the plug here. Maybe you get some water on you. Okay. Just make some tea here first.
We have very special tea today. We have jasmine and red tea and lemon.
Is it this one in the package?
No.
Special Italian.
Yeah, that's my mixture.
Okay, so your question was, where does this energy go and how do you
Yeah,
do it?
how to feel the energy body and what does it feel in general?
So the Egyptians say that we have the physical body, and then we have the twin of the physical body. It's like an identical copy, but it's pure energy. And,
So it's kind of around.
it's kind of actually the
Like
physical
the-
body is inside the energy body. You can say that.
Okay.
It's the one that you use when you go astral traveling.
Okay.
And when you die, your energy body is disconnected from your physical body.
So it's kind of eternal thing which connects to your soul. And then you have physical body, which is the avatar.
Yes.
So kind of avatar in this one is goes to the avatar, and that's why we have physical work.
I didn't get the last part.
Okay. Like we have physical understanding because we have this body inhabited by the soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
We believe, many people say that we have a soul in the body, but actually the soul was first.
Yeah.
So we have a body in the soul.
Wow.
It's like the physical body just contained inside of the energy of the energy body.
Yeah. I understand. So it's like kind of the bottle or like the cup, the physical body, and the energy is the water, which pours in, and it fills you, and then it can be like split it over. So it's kind of what you say about like charging your energy body. So from the physical body, it fills and then goes over.
Yeah, except it's the opposite. So the soul is actually the soul is the cup, and the physical body is just the water inside. And you use the cup all the time, but the water changed, right? So we changed the physical form,
Right. Yeah.
but we're still the soul.
That's true. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I use the breath as kind of the mover, because it's like a fire. And in order to increase the fire or move the fire, you need air.
Yeah.
And then that's where the breath comes in.
That's interesting.
And it's not like you have to do breathing exercises and breathe like a special way. It's just at that point, you need to just move the fire with the push of the breath. So
For example, can you show how to do that?
yeah, okay, sure. So when I feel, right before an orgasm, you really feel it in your sexual organ.
Yeah.
The energy gets very intense,
Yeah.
and it's going towards a climax until you release, especially for the male, and we have an ejaculation, right?
Yeah.
So instead of redirecting the energy or letting the energy escape, ejaculation, when I feel this intense energy, it's almost like is a box, and I open a valve where the energy can go up
Wow.
instead of out. And I use the breath as kind of the
push it
force to
through.
open the valve.
Ah.
And then I use my breath and I just go, I feel the energy really intensely, like almost, you know? And then I just go. And I push the energy.
Ah. Okay, so you kind of concentrate on here, on your energy, and then through the air, it pushes somewhere here. And then when it goes, for example, like you push it upper, and it can go through your crown chakra, or you can store it somewhere. How to understand and still feel really
So it's not going to work just by using your breath to try push it up. Like it's mental power that
mental power.
Yeah, pure consciousness that directs this energy. And it really requires practice. Like it took me years to master it. I thought that I had progress after a year, and at some extent I did, but I was still ejaculating. So the key is that you're not going to ejaculate. You're going to have an energetical orgasm, not a physical orgasm.
How does it feel?
It's longer, and it feels kind of the same, just you don't have the sensation in the sexual organ. You have the sensation in your whole spine, and it can last longer, as I said, and you can do it over and over and over and over again. It's like when you have a physical one, as a male or masculine, you kind of don't, you're done. Like the energy is out. It just disappears. And then you can't continue, or you don't even want to, because you don't feel the energy anymore, you know?
Yeah.
But when you do it energetically, you can keep on going. Like I can do it for hours. Sometimes I do like 2 hours. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you know, guys, it's very interesting to practice these things. Then you can do orgasms for hours. Can you imagine?
Yep.
It's not only like good for like your ascension, but also for your pleasure too. So fun. But also, I still have some questions. For example, like you move this energy up, and it doesn't go through your crown chakra, but it stores somewhere, or like you put it down also. It's kind of circling, or
So
how? Where it's
it
stored?
goes up to the crown chakra. So it goes through all the chakras. And it creates a magnetic field. And this magnetic field is absorbed by the cells in the body. So it stores in the whole.
So it absorbs by itself. If you move it upper, like here, for example, it's kind of like rain, showering on you.
Yeah, and yes, in a way. And what's important is that after you do it, is that you just don't do anything. You just relax from it. Let the energy kind of like go through your whole body.
But how it works for women? You told like if a woman has orgasm, but for example, the orgasm for a woman, it goes here, also to the ground.
So normally when we have a normal physical orgasm, the energy that makes you get this orgasm to begin with is this sexual energy, and it can either go down, like through your feet.
I don't really feel like ever to go down.
No, so usually it goes up.
Yeah.
Through your head and just out.
Yeah.
But it disappears, you know? The potential.
How to know it disappears or not? It's still not clear.
Well, for men, they feel very tired. Like they feel tired immediately after. When I do a energetical orgasm, I don't feel tired. I feel empowered. Like I get energy from it. And I'm not a woman, so I don't remember that information right now. But I guess it should be the same. That I don't think you necessarily get as tired as men when you have a physical ejaculation. Yeah, you can have it. You can have an ejaculation actually, but not with semen, with something else. But anyway, instead of you just feeling neutral, you will feel energized.
Mm-hmm.
So men, instead of feeling tired, they
Yeah.
just feel energized.
Uh-huh. Okay, so the steps are you almost have orgasm, then you push through the air, push the energy upward, and then you control it somehow to take it to the body. So it doesn't go from like to the cosmos. This point, what you do there?
So there's several techniques I've tried, and I've gotten to this point where I'm not really thinking about what is happening, or I just do it intuitively. But one is to fuel it to the heart, and then push it out of the heart chakra, outside.
Outside?
Yeah, outside
Like
of your
from
back.
outside?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what's called the ankh. Because as soon as you are able to hold energy in your heart and push it out of the backside, the energy will know where to move, and it will go by itself, and it will go from the back around your head, over the chakra that's actually at the side of your body, and back into your heart chakra. And that's where you get the circle.
Interesting. So there's the pathway portal from the heart to this another chakra here.
Yeah, and it goes by itself. When you get the energy out, it just moves by itself. It knows where to go.
So the point is to channel the energy when you have this organ to the heart, and then push it through the spine there, and then it's circling, and then it comes back to you.
Yeah. So that's one technique. Another one is to push it directly to the pineal gland.
To the third eye.
Yeah. And also then, so visualization is important, because everything we create visually is actually real. Because the universe is not only physical, it's also spiritual, energetical.
Mental.
Yes, the universe is mental.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The first hermetical principle.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, what is it for you? How do you visualize it?
So one technique is to visualize a cup holding the pineal gland.
The cup.
And you visualize these two snakes go up. And
So snakes is from Mary Magdalene book, yeah?
yes.
So as I understood this, it's like this. So we have two channels. Every person has.
Yes.
It's male and female sides, and also we have central channel. So like Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna in
Yeah,
yogic
they have
tradition.
different names in different cultures.
Yeah, like different, but these are the same actually. And these snakes, they are resting in your sacrum, and then they are like one snake is white, one is red. Yeah.
Different
like
colors also.
Yeah, probably.
One side
maybe
is black and one gold.
Yeah.
It's Egyptians.
Can be different, yeah. And it's kind of they're like this, and they're intersection in each chakra, like this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So chakras we have like here, 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 and here. And then like if it goes through the like this, it goes like this, and then comes to your pineal gland, and then it's kind of goes upper, and then Amrita comes.
Right.
Right.
So Amrita is also known as the spring waters. So that's when you get energy up to the crown chakra, and there's this chalice there. You usually symbolism of a chalice or a cup, and these two snakes meet with their heads, and a liquid is released into the cup.
Have you
of the
experienced this
pineal
liquid
gland.
too?
So I really don't know how to answer this question.
Like how does it feel to have the liquid in your pineal
So,
gland?
some say you will get a taste in your mouth. I wonder if I've gotten any tastes like that, or if I've just been able to move the energy up. But it's several steps on this, you know.
Yeah.
So the first one is just to activate the jet. That one I know I've done for sure, because I have chi constantly going through my body. I can send you chi right now, move it into someone else's body, and
Can we send some chi to people? Maybe we can really try and they will feel something. I think it's working.
I have done it
Yeah?
remotely,
Uh-huh.
but then I tune into a certain person. You know?
Ah,
If
okay.
it's just someone I
Yeah.
don't know, then maybe it's different.
You
Then
could
they
do
have to
some
have
kinda
a very strong powers to tap into that.
interesting.
But
I think it's possible though.
maybe.
Okay, so first step is for people to really feel the energy, yeah?
To activate the jet.
Yeah, activate your energy channels. Through which practice you can do, for example?
There's many things you can do. First of all,
What have you done for this?
so that's what's mysterious for me too.
Mysterious.
Yeah, I started like practicing the Egyptian Ankh,
Uh-huh.
whereby just every time before I had an orgasm, I tried to mentally move the energy up and like visualize the energy going up.
Uh-huh.
And I had an evening with my friend. We were playing around with the laser in the dark room, and I got into this trance meditative state. And I'm very visual, so I see a lot in my mind, like pictures and stuff like that. So I saw the room, and I kind of started zooming out, and then I saw the house.
Wow.
I saw like the city and the country, and then the planets, and I just continued zooming out, and I started seeing the whole universe. And at some point, I zoomed so far out that I zoomed out of the universe.
Wow.
And I saw the universe as a ball of light. In that moment, I had a realization, which I heard my own thoughts say, we are all one. And in that moment, a fire started in my feet.
Wow.
And it went through my whole body. And when it hit my chakras, it was really intense. And it felt like I was on fire and having an orgasm at the same time. And after it went all the way up to my head, the big intense fire kind of stopped. But after that, I was completely different. Like I had this energy flow through me.
Everything changed into you.
Yeah, after that moment, I had this energy flow in my body. I can constantly feel an energy in my spine. And I was looking at my friend, and I started feeling his body like beside me. I was like, whoa. And I started like taking a little bit around his body like that, and I felt his energy, and I was like, oh, I understand it now. I can feel your energy, you know.
How do you feel energy of different people? So you feel it in your in your system, or you
in my whole
have
spine.
some visuals or something like this?
Yeah.
So you can visualize like the aura around the people, and you see where like darkness, where some holes or
Usually I see most of the time the colors of the aura.
colors.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's changing like from people to people.
Yeah, but they have a main color.
Main color.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the color of the soul or something like this.
Yeah, perhaps it is.
Wow. Which color do I have?
Yeah, a very purple color.
Purple. Interesting. What does it mean for you?
I think we're all just frequencies, and color is basically just that light in a certain frequency. Maybe it's just like an imprint of the soul.
Where soul comes from. Wow, this is interesting. And also, like from time to time, the color changes from one person. Yeah.
Depends. There's like layers to it. It can change if you're more in your sacral, maybe it becomes more yellow. You know.
So actually, all the time people are in some like one chakra or.
Yeah, I feel it's layers to it.
Layers.
Yeah, it's like.
So they tap into some layer of chakra and then they become like different behavior.
Well, what I mean by layers, I feel like there's a core color of the aura, but the auric field can change depending on which chakra the person is rooted in at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible that people are in different chakras at the same time?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Wow.
You always have probably two chakras that are aligned or one dominant one, unless you open all of them, and then you get a very gold auric color.
Gold.
Yeah.
You have gold when you have all the chakras activated.
I think so, yeah.
And you see it now, like in people, they become gold.
yeah, it's like just an energy around you, and it has a different color.
Like, do you feel a lot of people are now God? Like in your,
No.
like, which, did you meet some people like this?
Can't remember, but I don't feel that many people have activated the gold aura. But I feel it's going to happen soon. That we're getting closer and closer to a time where increasing the abilities that we all have, just have to act with.
Yeah.
It's going to be normal. Like doing miracles is going to be normal.
Yeah, telepathic things,
Yeah.
and telekinesis, and
Yes.
all these things.
All of these things is going to be completely normal.
Yeah.
Because the earth is going to ascend, and it's going to ascend with or without us. But those who are aligned, they're going to ascend with it, and they're just naturally going to increase their abilities.
Yeah.
Meditation really helps.
Meditation, yeah. So just observation and like observe your breath and be like empty, and just observe, basically, yeah. Like which kind of meditation do you recommend to people? Just normal, or maybe you have some specific?
What really helps me get into a deep meditative state and fasts is binaural beats.
Binaural beats?
Yeah.
Sorry. What is
It's when I can focus on the music.
Which kind of music?
It can be any binaural beats. It's like getting your brain into certain states. Like everyone has their own technique for meditation. So just go with what works for you. But music really works for me, especially those brain state musics like binaural beats. Or solfeggio harmonics, something like that.
Okay.
And some people like sitting, but you can also lay down. Sometimes I find it much easier to relax the body when I lay down, and just focus on the music. So the music becomes my thoughts. So instead of having thoughts, it's like I'm having music.
So you put the frequencies into your brain.
Yeah, they go into the brain through the headphones, of course, but I kind of switch my awareness from my mind to the music, and then my mind falls asleep, and then I go into like a deep meditation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't try.
Yeah,
I should try. But for me, meditation also helps to go more into concentration states. For example, you concentrate on your like breath in, breath out in your nose, and then scan your body, and then you can also go deeper in each moment because you concentrate on it. So your attention is not spreading like through different things, through the source, through the thing, this one. It's like kind of in one point, and then you can also be like you can gather all your energy together and you can really do some things. And I think the manifestation works also like this. So you concentrate your energy, like which you have everywhere, like maybe in your past, in the future, in different people, and then you will become like more energetically charged, and then you can manifest things. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really helpful for manifestation. Is when you store the electromagnetic fields of the sexual energy from the orgasm in your body instead of releasing it to the universe, your whole body creates a much bigger magnetic field, and it responds to your thoughts. So you will draw in and manifest things much quicker and much more powerful when your magnetic field is much more powerful. So it's like you can either lose the energy of an orgasm by just releasing it to the universe, or you can take it and store it like a battery inside of your body, and then transform it into energy to charge your car body or the energy body. Yeah. And if you charge the energy body enough, according to the Mary Magdalene book, it's a very good book on this, especially the first section, then you can at some point just release the physical body completely and just be an energy body. And that's how some people can also live thousands of years, because they're not the physical body anymore, they're the energy body.
Yeah. and it's eternal. Wow. And how it corresponds like to like couple magic. So for example, a person can do it alone, as you told, as you do it also. But how is like in couple, like it's more, like increases more.
Oh yeah. Now this is the next step again. You know, one is to activate the jets, or all the 7 chakras, to get the energy flowing.
Yeah.
The other one is to bring it to the crown chakra and release the liquid, which is actually the liquid of enlightenment.
Amrita.
Amrita, yeah.
Nectar.
Yes. And the third one is, so in the first with the jets, when you're fueling the sexual energy of the orgasm up to your heart and your crown, there's these 2 snakes, right? So the level we're talking about now is when you do it as a couple, you should have first mastered these first steps of just
alone.
Individually alone, you know. But if you do it together, like in a sexual intercourse, the man gives his 2 snakes to the woman, and the woman does the same.
So they exchange these energy things.
So the two snakes
I understand.
goes from the man into the woman, and from the woman into the man.
And then they all become whole.
And then they rise
Wow.
in each other. Like the man's snakes rise in the woman, and the woman's snakes rise in the man, and then they meet at the top. And when you do that, you are actually opening a portal. And the portal is in the woman's womb. And there's several steps in order to do that. You have to first of all master it individually. You have to master it doing it during a sexual intercourse together. And also very important is to unlock the womb of the woman, to allow the portal.
How to unlock it?
So the woman needs to feel first of all safe, and she needs to feel loved, and they need to be in love, and she needs to feel like she's adored. That opens what it's called in the Egyptian temples, or in the Mary Magdalene manuscript, she refers to opening the magnetic floor, or lowering the magnetic floor. It just means that the womb gets open,
It's open and relaxed.
in order to let the portal open. So it's like the feminine is truly the key to magic. And inside the feminine, you have infinite potential of creation. And doing this practice as a couple is one of the most powerful magics in the world to manifest anything.
Wow.
It's like the woman is truly the key to open the treasure, but the man is the power that turns the key.
Wow.
So yeah, master this individually, open and activate the jet, then master it together, but fundamentally be in love. Woman feels safe and adored, to unlock her womb, and then exchange the serpents to go up each other's jets, and then open the portal in the womb of the woman, and then it will be an orgasm at the same time between the 2 of them, and the energy has to circulate. And when you do that, you unlock forces like strong as atomic bombs.
Wow.
Such a
This is really huge.
huge energy.
Yeah.
And mentally, you can project that into any image or visualization and feeling, and you can manifest things magically. And you can also charge the energy body of each other to the point where you can do what Jesus did and resurrect into the energy body.
Or like walk on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this magical stuff.
Yeah. Like if you master these things, doing the miracles of like creating things out of thin air and stuff is just normal.
I think this is the future of humanity, actually.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I think also it was very dark times because women were suppressed, because they were like kind of considered as witches, they were crucified, all these things. But now, like feminine power is getting up, it's rising in frequencies, and also a lot of women are awakening. A lot of women are saying, okay, this is my power. I am like divine feminine. I'm the goddess, and then it meets the divine masculine, and that's why like people are rising too. Because I think it's the future of humanity to open up all these like higher frequencies of the consciousness, to become see his enlightenment through different things.
Yes.
And of course, the sexual magic is really ancient, I think, and very powerful, and
It
that's why it was forbidden,
Yes.
and that's why
Except,
like they deleted the Mary Magdalene from like Bible and all these things. Because for example, in Holy Megillah, in this book, she is there, and she's kind of like one of the biggest person there. So Jesus and Mary Magdalene, they were together, they were a couple, and she was, like discarded from the church because it was too powerful for them, and they were like, afraid of this magic.
Yeah, because you can't manipulate and control someone that have this activated.
Yeah.
Because they're so connected to the universe that they're accessing the source of infinite knowledge, and the church really wanted to control the people.
Yeah.
So enlightened people weren't really good for them.
Yeah.
So they wanted to dump everyone down, and they made Mary Magdalene a whore, and they made all of these things blasphemy and illegal, and it's kind of like lost knowledge that was lost throughout times. And I feel really called to walk the path of reawakening this knowledge, and also to bring it out to the people.
Me too. Yeah, I feel it's one of the like mission which I have also this planet to master the sexual energy and to understand how it works, how it circulates, what we can do with it, what is the potential, and like get rid of all the projections we have about sexuality. And that's why I'm working with Tantric, that's why I'm working with all these things, and this is really like the box of gifts which we have, and it's locked still. But we have this key, we told really beautifully about this. So woman which is loved is the key, and the man is the power to unlock this.
Yeah, it's a lot of work towards this journey, right?
Yeah.
Because to unlock the jet, first of all, it's to create an energy flow from the base to the top.
Awakening the Kundalini and Jet is the same, right?
Yeah. The Kundalini is the two serpent snakes that goes up the spine, and when the snakes go all the way up to the top, the jet is activated.
So Jet are like the chakras, and Kundalini is the fuel.
Yeah, the energy that goes up.
Yeah, to awaken Kundalini, there are different practices which I'm also doing. For example, for me helps a lot Kundalini activation meditation from Tantra, chakra breath work, massages, energetical massages, dance helps a lot, of course. And there are different ways, and you can do it like intuitively also.
It's just healing,
Yeah.
Because you have to clear the energy that is stuck in the chakras, and the chakras are just energy vortexes.
Yeah.
And they represent different things.
Yeah.
And whenever we feel an energy, an emotion, either we let the energy flow or we suppress it.
Yeah.
For example, if we're in a situation that's a little bit uncomfortable and you really want to say something, but then you don't do it, then you suppress that energy here. And that really blocks. That blocks it.
Yeah. So it's kind of the river of the energy, and has some difficult stones or kind of garbage there.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, they
Look
need to just
as a river,
Yeah. Because the river is always already in you. You already has everyone has these things. Everyone has the energy. Everyone has Kundalini, but it still needs cleansing. First thing is cleansing.
Yes.
And you can do it through different practices, through different spiritual things, through meditation, through Tantra, of course, through spiritual drugs, as ayahuasca. There are different ways of it, and the practices are different. You just can choose what you want. Right?
It's really exciting.
Yeah, and you have unlimited potential, which awaits for you to just step into this thing. And what I also feel to recommend people, so if you want to go to the step, next step of spirituality, you want to tap into it, but you don't know where to begin, you can just have the intention. And you just in the morning, for example, what I did also, I intend to tap into my power. I intend to open my channels. I intend to become my true self. And I was just like, saying it out loud or in meditation or just like asking for my, higher guides or, spiritual things. And it really works because if you have an intention, the universe will do it for you. And this is the first step, just intention. And then like things and situations, they're like magically starting to become your reality. And you're starting to meet people, you're starting to, have this knowledge from different sources. And it happened to me also. I had this intention, and then I just went to Bali magically. Because, like what you have, like your request from the universe gives this. This is how it works.
Yes, in a way. That's one of the very crucial steps.
Yeah.
I can go a little bit more in depth on that if you
Yeah.
like.
Okay.
So, like you said, the universe is mental, and every creation happens first energetically.
Yeah.
And the first step energetically is to give an intention out in the space of the universe.
Yeah.
And it basically works like an intention is an energy that would be manifested in the physical form if the energy is strong enough to meet in the physical. So having an intention is the first step, but what truly is the magic in manifesting that intention is to hold the energy of that intention long enough and strong enough that it's enough energy to come back in return and be physically manifested. So you can put the intention out and you can charge it in many ways. But
How?
for example, just feeling it and thinking about it long enough. But truly when you do that, you should have a very high frequency to do it the most optimal or strongest way. Like it can take you 1 year when you do it on a low energy, or it can go much faster if you do it on a high energy. Because it's just about what you put in is what you get out. And for example, if you do this through a magical sexual ritual, there's such much energy in that and you hold that intention, you send so much energy in that it manifests so quickly because the energy into the spiritual is reflected in the physical. So anytime you feel really blissful or happy and you have an emotion and you know your intention and you create a picture in your mind and you just send that energy into that intention, will help to manifest even more. It's all about energy. The universe is mental.
Yeah, I also heard, I read in the book of Joe Dispenza. Have you read it?
No, I
Becoming Supernatural. It's also a very good book. It has the meditation about visualization, about your desires also. So you need to connect electrical fields and magnetical fields. Exactly what's happening during the intercourse with alchemic magic.
Yeah.
But you can do it alone also. And energetical field is your thoughts, so it's your mental field. And magnetical field is your emotions. And you kind of visualize what you want to achieve. For example, you have this, the word, for example, I want this, like I have this already. And then you charge it with your emotions. You charge it with your love and blissful state and gratefulness. And then you combine these things and it becomes like more, stronger, and then it manifests.
Exactly.
Really
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's true. And in a sexual magical ritual, for example, the male is electrical
Yeah.
and the feminine
exactly.
is magnetic.
Yeah.
So you combine those two forces and it creates creation, electromagnetism.
Creation.
Yeah. So
easy, no?
with your thoughts, you send an electrical impulse out, but you charge it and creates it electromagnetic with your emotions.
Yeah.
So the magnetic is from the heart. The heart has an electromagnetic field.
Yeah.
And the brain too, but the heart ones is like so much bigger and stronger. So we just use the mind to like visualize and think what we want, and then we send it out with our heart.
So it kind of comes from your soul and it connects your brain and your heart, and connects your body and your soul and your spirit together, and then it becomes, because universe like feels that you really want it from all the perspectives.
The universe really doesn't care. Like it works like an algorithm.
Okay.
It's like you set an image and you charge that image with your emotions, and it gives you that in return. If you do it with a fearful thought, like, oh, I don't want that, I don't want that, you feel a lot of fear, you can manifest that thing, and the universe just responds.
Yeah.
It's like, your wish is my command, like the genie, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever you think and feel and act upon is going to come back to you.
Yeah, that's true. So it works like not only positive things, but also negative things.
Yeah, because for the source, nothing is truly negative or positive.
Yeah,
it's the same
it's
energy.
Duality also.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why people are like sometimes unconsciously manifesting like bad things, and they don't even know like they're doing it by themselves. Yeah. Wow. This is really cool.
Yeah. And
so
for the universe or the source, there's truly nothing that's negative.
Yeah.
Negative is just a catalyst for change. So in the eyes of the source, negative is just as good as positive.
Actually, yeah. So also the demons and angels, they are like hell and paradise are also the same in this way. So demon helps people to get rid of themselves, like all the impurities also. Okay.
Yeah, well, think about it like, if you're comfortable, you're not doing as much as when you're uncomfortable. The uncomfortableness moves you to take action and change the situation.
Struggles makes you stronger.
Yeah, in a way it does. And some of the most technological, innovative advancements of this planet and the history of the planet the last 100 years or hundreds of years has actually been wars. And we see wars as something negative, right?
Yeah.
But it's really positive.
I guess arrived.
Okay.
All right.
I think we need to finish our interesting podcast, but I think we'll have also the second part of it, because this topic is very, very unique and important, and right now is the widest knowledge which every person needs to hear. That's what we feel.
And we all got it.
Yeah.
We can activate these abilities with our consciousness and with the spiritual work involved.
Yeah. And we can say that everyone has it inside. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has superpowers. Everyone has the potential to manifest anything. Everyone can be the creator. Everyone can do anything. Literally.
We all are co-creators.
You just need to believe in this and choose it.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Natalia, for initiating this.
It was so interesting to do, and I think all the people who are watching it and who will watch it, they will benefit from it.
I'm honored to share what I know, and I hope it brings some value and awareness to as many as possible.
For sure, it is. It's always very important. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Whew.
That was a lot of energy.